Military intelligence has intercepted the call between Pakistani army units congratulating each other after killing two Indian army jawans brutally. That's an interceptor that India's military intelligence has made, and the conversation shows the two army units congratulating each other on the murder and brutalization of two Indian army jawans. Of course, all this while, Pakistan has been claiming it was not the work of their army, but now their lie stands completely exposed. The interception has been done by India's military intelligence, and the conversation makes it very clear that this was a planned operation. The target was Indian army soldier, and Pakistani army regulars were a part of this operation. Strategic Affairs editor Gaurav Samant joins us more on that story. Gaurav, have you got more details about this conversation that has been intercepted, and what does it go to prove?
Well, sources in the Directorate General of Military Intelligence are telling us that an intercept immediately after this brutal beheading of the Indian soldiers of the 13th Battalion of the Rajputana Rifles indicated that Pakistan Army soldiers, one unit was congratulating the other on what they called a successful hit. So they celebrated their success. My sources in the Ministry of Defence are telling me that this clearly goes on to indicate that this was a well-orchestrated plan. They were monitoring the movements of Indian soldiers. They laid an ambush, and this was not the work of terrorists. This was the work of the regular Pakistan Army, their border action team, the Indian Army. Our sources are telling us this was the 29th Battalion of the Baluch Regiment, and there were elements of Pakistan Special Services Group commandos who were involved in this. And this intercept clearly shows that more than one unit was aware of this operation. And after this became public, they celebrated and they congratulated each other. So whatever Hina Rabbani Khar, Pakistan's foreign minister may say, this is the truth. This is as open, as clear as day about Pakistani state involvement in this brutal beheading. And as Rajiv Dogra was just mentioning on headlines today, India needs to take certain steps to ensure that Pakistan is punished for this. That punishment does not need to be military. It has to be a significant punishment in terms of whether you withdraw the most favored nation status, you recall your High Commissioner, but some steps all defense analysts and security and affairs analysts are saying India needs to take at this stage.
Gaurav, all this while, the likes of Salman Bashir and Hina Rabbani Khar has said that there is no evidence to even show that the Pakistani army was involved. This, what you've got now, is evidence. What is India planning to do with this intercept and this intelligence that they've got?
Well, what our sources are telling us is that this will be shared with friendly High Commissioners, ambassadors and defense attaches. There is no question of India taking it up with the United Nations. You heard the National Security Advisor that India is not going to internationalize the issue. This is a trap that Pakistan has once again tried to lay to international the Kashmir issue, and India has made it extremely clear that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. There is no way we'll internationalize this issue. But that naming and shaming of Pakistan as terroristan, that strategy is starting at the level of defense attaches and friendly high commissioners and ambassadors, where India will share this strategic, piece of piece of intercept. This will be shared with the friendly ambassadors so that Pakistan can be named and shamed, and more such evidences that India is gathering will be shared internationally, and then it's the international community to decide how they want to deal with Pakistan. But I was also speaking to some defense attaches from some friendly countries, and they are saying that unless India takes the first step, there is nothing that the international community, can even be seen to be doing. It is for India first to take the first step before anybody else can come forward and, Pakistan or whatsoever. When your own foreign affairs minister, when your own home minister are hesitating to do so, how can you expect a third country to say anything at this stage?